Okay, so here we go. We are in our English conversation session, which is part of it's the English conversation circle.
I know.
Ah. The English Conversation Circle is part of the Circles program from Out and About. Out and About is a social development group that aims at building a society based on 5 universal values, which are love, peace, acceptance, forgiveness, and benevolence, and promoting the concept of the global citizen, which means a human being treating a human being as a human being and only as a human being. And all our programs and activities are dedicated to this purpose. So the way we conduct the English Conversation Circle is that we choose a topic, you choose a topic, we vote on one, and then we go ahead and discuss it. We don't stop anyone, we don't correct anyone, because the main objective of the English Conversation Circle is to get the language flowing without any stopping. So use any vocabulary, any grammar, whether it is right, wrong, it doesn't matter. The important thing is to let the language flow regardless of whether it is correct or not. We can understand each other, and English is one of the simplest and easiest languages where it can be spoken if you have 800 words of the language. If you have 800 words, you can speak the language. This is the English language. Okay? So, we start with you choosing a topic. Let's have your suggestions. What would you like to suggest to talk about?
I think it's an interesting place that you visited.
An interesting place
that you visit, like a country or like a tourist place.
Okay, interesting place that you visit. Interesting. Okay, what else? Food. Okay. Interesting place, food.
You can combine them. About the interesting places
and the food. Okay, we can do that. But let's have a third topic.
About marriage.
Marriage. Okay. So, any other suggestions? Okay. So, who would like to talk about interesting place that you visited? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Who would like to talk about, what was the second one? Food. Who would like to talk about food? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who would like to talk about marriage? 1, 2. Okay. So, it's food. So, let's go into food. Who suggested food? Would you like to open the floor?
No, we can start.
I don't speak in this circle. I speak on Thursday. I do speak most of the time. On Thursday we do the live coaching session, and I speak in that circle. But in this session I don't speak.
So I must start.
No, it's not a must. If you would like, since you suggest, if you would like to open the
who would
floor.
like to start?
Food.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
You want to stay when we talk about, let's say, best restaurants you ever
What?
Okay. Best restaurant.
Best restaurant.
best food you tasted.
Is there an experience that you would like to start sharing?
No.
Okay.
On the others.
I don't know, maybe we can talk about, there is different kind of food in different time of years.
Yes.
Like in winter you have some kind of food, during summer you have another type of food. Like mostly you eat in winter greasy food. Like, I don't know, maftool, some people love maftool during winter because it warms you up.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe مسخن is good and it's increase maybe your cholesterol level
Okay.
to a degree that make you warm.
Yeah, I want to talk about food. I was bragging about my activity, and I am doing so many exercise and so many things last week. But then it turned out to be a catastrophe
Oof.
for me
Okay.
because of food.
Because of the food. Okay.
Because of food, I got the high, LDL cholesterol, which is the destructive. Okay,
How much food do you eat?
I eat whatever I can eat. Anything that when I am hungry, I don't care.
Okay.
But now I care.
Okay.
I start talking about this olive oil today with my wife. Oh, olive oil. Give me something like this. I know she give this cheese, no cheese, no meat, no pastrama. Okay, concentrate on these things. Okay, hummus is good.
Okay.
Anything that fights cholesterol is good.
Do you
Because
exercise?
really, once you have the cholesterol, you will develop a blood pressure, which is very bad for us, especially the LDL. So take care when you are eating food. Even if you are doing exercise, it will not. Yesterday I walked for 8 kilometers, but I found out it's 160 LDL.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really very bad. It can be developed into stroke, heart attack, or anything.
Yeah.
So thank God I discovered this one. Now I'm doing some diet.
That's good.
Yeah, this is very important. Otherwise, you are as young people, you can't eat whatever. But do some certainly. Don't be, so always don't exaggerate in anything, especially in food.
Yeah. I'll share with you a story that happened to me in England. I was coming from Slovenia and going back to England. I did my MBA in England, and then I went to Slovenia. I had a couple of contracts in Slovenia, and then I went back to England to graduate. So I met my friends when I got back to Bristol in England. My friends are Mexican. So they said, just let's go to this new Thai restaurant. So I said, yeah, let's go to this new Thai restaurant. So I went. My Mexican friends, of course, Mexico is known for their love for chili food. Okay? And that was my first experience with Thai food. So I said, Thai food, is it chili? They said, yes. So I opened the menu, and I found, okay, mild. Okay, I chose one mild one. And then I told the waiter, mild, this is something that I don't want. I want zero, okay? No chili whatsoever, no spices whatsoever. And I said zero? He said zero. Great, lovely, beautiful. So we sat, we chatted, and then the food came. And they asked for the spicy, okay? I asked for the zero, not mild. They asked for the spicy. And I took the first bite. And I was fuming. That was the zero. Abd al-Mati, hello.
I thought Abdul Mati was
No.
Really long time.
Long time.
I must say. And I told them, this is my zero and it's fuming. What about yours, which is really spicy? They asked for spicy. I mean, it's really hot fire. And that was my first and last experience with Thai food. The island, there is no mild in Thai food. And that was my experience in something that I tried for the first time. What are your experiences in food?
I tried the Thai food. It's not that spicy. I hate the spicy. by the
Okay.
way, but it's not that spicy. I have an event with the embassy,
Okay.
and I tried it many times, but it's not like
Really?
as you.
I don't know. Maybe they just thought that I
Maybe
was...
in Jordan they are.
No, that wasn't. I mean, maybe in Jordan they made it. But anyway, in Jordan, many people like spicy food. I mean, the Indian restaurants, there are so many spicy food in I mean, KFC on its own, it has
Yeah, I
spicy chicken.
tried. Really, I like it. I don't. It's not like Mexican or
Okay.
other
Countries like Indian or
Indian.
something. Yeah.
No. I think it's less. But maybe this is my
Okay.
this is my experience.
Not long ago, when I was just an engineer, there was a time when I was in a company, and these people are coming from Hong Kong.
Mhm.
I was the only engineer. So when you like the guest, you give him the best.
Yes.
It rhymed, by the way. You like the guest. So they gave me, the best chili I ever had in my work. I said, God damn, I don't want this kind of treatment. Give me out of this one. I want just a normal food. I never see like, because the generosity, they show you the generosity, they give you more chili. From that time, I never.
They like you so much.
Yeah, so I've been away.
But Yemeni food is hot, isn't it?
Yeah, but not to the extent of
No,
the
not to that
Eastern
extent, yes.
Asia.
Yeah,
You eat some Indian, Thai, this Hong Kong people, I don't remember they are Hong Kong. Anyway, they're from East Asia.
Okay.
I think Japan.
Japan, I don't know
Korea,
if...
Korea.
Oh, Korean? Okay, I'm not... I don't know much about Korean food.
Korean food.
Okay.
So spicy. And from that time,
Okay.
I'm very careful because really it's very hot, you can the whole day, even by touching, you get
My first time in sushi, I had the trick of the wasabi, which I did not know about. I'll tell you about it later. So, experiences in food.
I had many experiences
Yeah,
with food.
give us one.
But my worst experience is I once went with my friends to an Indian restaurant, and I ordered a mild chili, and I have no tolerance for hot food,
Okay.
zero tolerance. So once I start eating, I drank a lot of water. I don't wanna throw my food away because
Yes.
I already paid for it. So my friends start laughing at me every time I take a bite. I drink a lot of water with it, and they see me I'm suffering.
And actually,
I'm
water
in-
makes
I'm in
it worse,
so much
by the way.
pain.
Water makes it worse.
But I have no other choice. The best choice is drinking milk.
Or yogurt.
Yogurt,
Yogurt is good. Yogurt is good.
But that was in Ramadan. This
okay.
Ramadan. And I had no other choice.
Should we cook in Ramadan?
What is something that you really remember, good food that you really tried? It was new, for example, and it was strange that you liked it.
Actually, not new, but usually we eat that food, which is Yemeni's food.
Ah, okay.
Like mandi, madwi.
Ah, okay. I actually had Yemeni friends in England as well, and they used to cook, and it was really lovely. Beautiful. I loved it.
Don't look at me, I'm not a good cook. I only know how to make the eggs.
But even in a breakfast, it's
Chili.
it's not chili. It's very
Heavy?
heavy
Okay.
to eat. I remember someone called. I remember it. It's about banana. عصيدة.
معصوب.
معصوب. It's very heavy.
Okay.
Very heavy to eat.
But
Yeah.
when
When
you
you
banana-
have it at breakfast, you will not
Yeah,
eat
banana.
all the day.
Don't think of banana, by the way. Banana is one of the best food. People misunderstood.
Yes.
I was reading about banana actually. Banana can give you a very good, it's very good and healthy food. If you have for your stomach, for your blood pressure, because actually it equalizes the sodium
Okay.
in the salt. And it's nice. So they just add that one and they add some honey, which is not good. The honey is not actually,
And
as
milk
honey. It's
and-
not original. Not bee honey. It's the honey bee.
It's the artificial honey.
It's the artificial, which is sugar actually.
Yes.
So that's right. That's what makes. Plus they add a lot of this grease, this oil.
Oil.
Yeah. But if you are in the winter, you'll be grateful. You'll be always
Yeah.
energy.
I tried this Ramadan. A friend of mine invited me to food, and they stuffed the sweet chili. You know sweet chili, the big sweet chili.
Yes.
Yeah. Stuffed it with
The
quinoa.
pepper.
Yeah, pepper.
Okay.
Pepper. They stuffed it with quinoa instead of rice,
Okay.
and grilled it in the oven. It was really tasty.
What did they stuff?
Quinoa. You You know,
Quinoa.
quinoa seed.
Quinoa?
Quinoa seed.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very tasty and it's very
Seeds.
healthy.
Seeds. Good.
Seeds. Yeah.
Where they
Called
were
quinoa.
from?
It's for
What? She's an Egyptian, but we were like in Abu Dhabi.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Interesting.
But I heard, yeah, mahshi. I heard many good things about quinoa. It's better
It's
than,
like dolma, the Turkish dolma, but instead of rice, it's
yeah, it's very good for your body. It's
It's good for diet.
for that.
What is the origin of this food?
No origin, just experimenting with it.
experimental. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a friend of mine experimented with kinafa. She did mac and cheese kinafa.
Interesting.
Yeah, instead of the cheese, mac and cheese, and put kunafa. And like it, I didn't taste it, but my friends ate it and said it's really tasty.
Oh yeah, the Lebanese actually put the knafa in gag.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that is. And they ate as breakfast.
Yes. I fell in love with sushi in Kuwait. So a friend of mine took me to this sushi restaurant. It was called Wasabi. Okay. And I saw this green thingy on the plate. What's this green thingy on the plate? And she told me, this is wasabi. This is wasabi. And you don't do it like that. Of course, I was fuming. It was ginger. Okay?
Ginger.
It was ginger, but it's like a paste. The wasabi is ginger paste. So you take it on whatever sushi or makis that you have, and you put a little bit on it. But I actually, on that day, I fell in love with sushi. Not with wasabi, but with sushi. I mean, from that day on, I loved sushi. Every time I
You
had
like
the
the raw
chance to eat
sushi or the cooked sushi?
Sorry?
There is raw sushi and cooked sushi.
No, the makis, the sushi.
Yeah, I know, but there is sushi with cooked fish. Some of it with raw.
No,
Like I tried both. Like
I didn't
the
try
raw-
the cooked, actually. The cooked one I didn't try.
You didn't try it. The raw one is really good. Some people are afraid of the raw sushi.
Yes, of course, because you need to know that it's really fresh. I mean, there is no kidding on that one.
Yeah.
So, food experiences.
Not ready yet.
Actually, we just today have a really bad experience.
Okay.
Actually, we just came from work right now. So 2 hours ago, we just have a break. So we decided to buy shawarma
Okay.
Where?
from. We actually work on GBMC phosphate mines on Dakhliya circle. So we just pick some restaurants randomly. So we buy sandwiches, and we told the cooker that we will just buy some stuff and we will back to him.
Okay.
And since we back to him, we found him burn
Burnt
yeah.
the meat?
already burned the sandwich, and
Okay.
he just with knives,
Scrubbing. Oh my
yeah.
god.
So we take a look on him and tell him what you're doing. So he just simply what he answer us.
Say it's well cooked. It's just well cooked.
Yeah, it's shawarma well done.
So we did not want to discuss him a lot. Give us the sandwich. Thank you. Just thank you.
And you eat them?
Did you take them?
Not all of them.
Okay. Not all of it, but you took some.
You're
Okay.
hungry.
Some
We pay for it.
some pieces. Some really.
You already paid for it, and he did not change them. He did not do other ones. Wow. Okay, Isra, Hi, I'm so happy because you are talking about food and I'm eating shawarma at the same time. I'm addicted to the food, especially chocolate. It makes my day. So Isra loves chocolate and she's eating shawarma now. But actually, I think it's from a different place than the story that we just heard. Yeah.
Actually, I just want to have something about this food. If you find something wrong and you don't tell the guy that is not wrong, he will continue. It will be a
course.
habit, and he will consider that take it or take it, no leave it. Okay. So when you find a mistake, you should tell the person that this is a mistake.
They told him.
But they already paid. Once
They
they paid,
told
they cannot say. They cannot say, give us the money
Place
back.
it for them.
No, actually, I really told him not for that didn't continue this mistake, but just for know his mistake. Just
He should
I know,
know
I
his
know.
He should
mistake,
have
but
changed the
if
sandwich.
he replaced it, okay, he would have learned more and more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he would be careful. Because this is not a thing to play around.
Actually,
Food is very, vital for the human being.
I think you were very hungry, or you
Yeah.
made a problem. You didn't have made a problem out of
We
it.
just want to eat
Breathe.
whatever. Give me the sandwich.
I feel we are Jordanian or Arab in general, patience people.
Forgiving.
So yeah. So when we having the situation like this, we didn't tell the manager or the supervisor.
Okay.
Just
Just leave,
just this disgusting discussing. Sorry.
Yes.
Just, okay, that's it.
And let's get over with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good, to forgive, but not with a count.
Yeah.
We don't have this culture of evaluation of what we did or what our experience is about. So everybody is the extreme. Even he is very saying good about something, very good, or he is saying the opposite.
Yeah.
We don't have the
Middle ground.
middle,
Yeah.
and we don't have that. Was good and this was bad,
Yeah.
and the same thing. So we don't have this evaluation culture.
I worked in KFC for about 1.5 years in the management, but not in the restaurant. Since that day, I became very picky in restaurants. So anything that happens wrong, the waiter does something, the manager. Every time I ask for the manager. And one time, there was this. I was in Abdoun, and I was taking. I was opening my cigarette pack, and I realized I didn't have my lighter. And suddenly I found a lighter in front of my face. It was one of the waiters. And I loved it. He actually saw that I didn't have. And without any hesitation, he came. And in all aspects, he was really good. He actually noticed every single movement of his clients. And that was the first time I see a waiter that is so observant. So I finished from there and went. And in my head, wow, that waiter was great. But then when I started moving, why didn't I tell the manager about that? I mean, every time
Yeah.
I find something wrong, and I call the manager about the wrong thing that I found. And I was really blaming myself all that night that I didn't say anything. So the next day I came, I took coffee just for the heck of it, and I called the manager and I told him, by the way, yesterday 1, 2, 3, 4 happened. I couldn't sleep, and I thought that our minds are critical of the wrong things, but when
Negative.
something good happens, we actually don't make the same fuss about it.
Let me share you something.
Yeah.
Same thing. I was in Egypt. I was on a vacation, and then with some of my friends, and then we went to a big restaurant. And they served some fish. I like it. I like it too much. I don't know whether I was hungry, but it was very delicious. And when you are delicious, everything is, is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I normally we pay the tips to the waiters. Okay, who served the food, but we don't know about who did the
The
food.
cook. Yeah.
So I asked. That time I became like this. I was in clear mind after I ate. Who cooked this one? They were afraid. Who said, I want to see the cook. And then they took me to the. I said, thank you very much. It's the best food I ever had. I gave him some good tip. Really, his tears came.
Wow.
Oh, because he said, nobody has appreciated my, work except you. Where did you come from? He said. I said, normally, as you said, actually, we normally look at the negative side,
Yes.
but we don't look at the positive side. That's why we should say, when somebody's actually cooking good, we should say, yes, thank you very much, you did very well, it's very delicious, very clear, something like that. And that's what I did, really.
That was beautiful, actually. That was amazing, and especially to go, to the cook and not just say to the waiter. That was
But
good.
actually, sometimes managers, or always, we say, managers not just ignoring the good notes.
Recommendation.
Yes,
They
they-
just notification with just the bad
the
ones.
bad notes, the bad
bad
comments.
ones, yeah.
Yes.
It's a human nature to concentrate on the negative side.
Yeah.
Like when Japanese, when a professor bring a paper like white paper, and he put a dot, black dot, in the white paper. And he asked all the students, what do you notice? All of them, they say, there's a black dot, there's a black dot. Said, what is this? You consider all the thing you are looking, it's all white, except this one.
Yeah.
So this is actually what we normally consider. Like, for example, if somebody is getting married, only one day, maybe the salt is increasing, now you are divorced. He ignores many years of, marriage and friendship and children, only just because the salt is more. This is actually the human.
Yeah. Okay. Food experiences.
No, like
Everybody's staring at you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I should remember the same story.
Same story?
Okay.
So, food experiences.
I think you are. Last time you said you are health.
About health.
Yeah. Actually, food and health are conjunction, relation.
I think nowadays people are aware about their health and they are aware about what makes their cholesterol high or low or yani, we are aware of these things. And nowadays I think that the nature food or the natural food comes back. So before decades that the all restaurants was about fast food. And now restaurants which has healthy food, they are
Promoting it.
promoting their
Yes.
health. Yes. So they say we have
Healthy food.
So this is the new trend,
Yes.
and this is good to be a new trend
Yes.
to our health.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But in the past, everything used to be organic without having to say it was organic.
Yeah.
Now we have a special section. It's called organic
Organic,
section in supermarkets and in malls.
And it's very expensive.
And very
But
expensive.
in the 19th, we are all going to the
Yes.
fast food because it was a new trend and a new thing, and we should try McDonald's, KFC, whatever. But now when they say McDonald's, KFC, you will feel like there
Yes.
will be hard poisoning. So you are now looking for the healthy food more.
Yes. True.
Yeah. I think
Again, we should not ignore that even with this organic food, there is some there are some side effects.
yeah.
Organic food, of course, there is some fat, organic, so many things, some meat, the meat is organic, but still they build cholesterol. And they develop blood pressure. That's why everybody should be at least once a year
Yeah.
doing
Checkup.
Checkup.
tests.
And I always say that the excess of something, whatever it is, it's not good. It's not good for somebody's health. For example, okay, bananas are good, but if you take 20 bananas a day, that's not good. Okay, okay, bananas can be very useful to the body, but not 20 bananas. One orange is great, but not 15 oranges a day. I mean, 15 oranges a day, I mean, something wrong will happen. So any excess of anything, meat, whatever, rice, potatoes.
Yeah, believe me that before, just 3 days ago, the last time I came, I told you, I'm bragging about myself, I'm healthy, because there is no indication. When I went there, there is no indication here, for example, temperature is going like a car or something like that.
Yeah.
No, nothing. And then when I find out that there's something, then I realized, talking to everybody, most of the people are getting deficiency of vitamin D.
Yes.
Be careful. And this vitamin D and calcium, they are actually the thing which are controlling your bones, building up the bones. Sometimes people, because we don't get some people say that it's only vitamin D is coming from the sun. It's not only from the sun. It can come from the sun. Meat, but not too much meat, another thing. So it's very easy test. And I did all the tests, including the liver, kidney, and everything. I'm not making some propaganda or something, but it's only 100 JD. 100 JD for everything. And then I took it to the doctor. It's called internal doctor.
Yeah.
And he said that you're deficient vitamin D and vitamin B. So prescription 12 JD. That's it. And also is cholesterol.
I have one indication that tells me that today I ate some healthy food or some food that my body wants by sneezing. When I by sneezing, yes. When I eat something different, okay, and my body is happy with it, I get this continuous sneeze for about 3 minutes. I keep on sneezing. And this is when I know that my body ate something that it wants. So many times, for example, if I had some long periods of times where I didn't eat salad, or so I do some tuna salad sometimes, just to eat something quickly. And I start sneezing after the tuna salad. Okay, yeah, we got some healthy food in the system.
Good for you. That's good.
I have a cousin, a young one, and he have a problem in cholesterol and LDL, as you said. And he starts thinking what he is eating. And the doctor said, tell him that the next time you have this LDL level, you will have medication for long life.
Oh.
So he was thinking about what he is eating the fast food, and then he eats his mother food in the house. So he started just stop shawarma. Just he was eating shawarma every day. So he didn't stop KFC, other things. Just stop shawarma.
Okay.
And next time, after 3 months, he go to the cholesterol. The doctor tell him what you did. I stopped shawarma.
That's
That's
it.
the mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. That's the secret.
I think he was
Wow.
eating very much.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot
Wow.
of shawarma.
Because it's delicious and fast, and everybody can afford.
Well, there is falafel.
It's worse actually.
The problem is the oil which they are producing.
Yes.
Otherwise, the ingredients are really
Are healthy.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. It's not good for colon.
Actually, there is one place in Amman which has really healthy falafel, and it is known for its oil. It puts in rainbow streaks,
Ah, yes, I've had that.
and they are known for changing the oil. They always change the oil. They're known for that for years. That is one of the very famous oldest falafel places in Amman, and it is known for that fact that they change the oil frequently.
I've been there twice just to eat falafel.
Yeah.
Just to eat falafel. Really? Because of what you said.
That's
Yeah.
They must be clean.
And in the old days, they used to close their shop at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. was, this is it, they closed. So if we wanted to eat, we needed to hurry up and get before it shuts down. So you were in Bosnia, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Any food experiences there? You didn't eat? Or
What about
you
food
fasted
trucks?
in Bosnia?
What their food like?
Good. Did you
Like
try
what?
food trucks?
Similar to what we have.
Similar to Arabs.
Did you try food trucks?
No.
I never tried. I hear good stories. It's like cheap food and very tasty. Like, I don't know.
Actually, we are, like for example, for me, I was looking for the salmon fish.
Salmon?
Here in Jordan, salmon fish.
There is
I'm actually
I've seen it in Carrefour.
Yeah.
Today when I was there, I didn't find it.
It's delicious.
You want to buy salmon fish or to eat in a restaurant salmon fish?
No.
Buy.
You will buy and do that. Or even that, open the restaurant. Fish market,
I think we are not a country of fish.
Yeah, but we eat fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Did you try these places
Yes,
in Mohit,
we are not a country.
such as in Mohit?
I've heard about this one. Where is it?
It's all over the place. There is one in Medina Munawwara. There is one in Khalda, Tla Al Ali, the Bashiti traffic lights. Abdali, there is one.
Mecca Street. كمان.
Abdel is close to me.
Yeah? Where in Abdali? Mohit?
Close to front of the boulevard.
In front of the boulevard? Okay. Ah, yes, that's right. Yeah, true.
Boulevard is big.
No,
For me, it's not right.
on that main road. You're coming from Shmisani
Okay.
towards Abdali. Now the boulevard is on your left hand side. On that line on your right hand side, you will find the Mohit.
Anyway, my Google will come.
Yeah.
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 That's for
But it's
Google.
good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It's expensive. Like.
Mohit is
but
yes.
It's
Very
expensive one
delicious.
in Jordan.
It's not too much.
Very
You know,
healthy.
120 grams actually is good for one person because it's full of omega-3.
Yeah.
Omega-3 actually, this also people are missing. It's vitamin E.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
Well, I'm sort of learning to be a
Yeah, the
doctor.
fish is everyone.
Yeah. It's once you have it, you have it. You have to have the cholesterol, you have to...
There is one dish that I really enjoyed, and it was a very nice surprise to eat that dish, which is the Mexican guacamole.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's very tasty.
I loved it.
It's very tasty.
It's the ingredients.
There is this fruit, the avocado.
Avocado.
It's salad with the avocado.
Tomato.
And I was surprised that I actually liked it because the avocado is not one of my best things that
Use
I
it
would
with
like
taco.
to.
Mostly they eat it with taco. I tried it with taco.
Oh, okay. No, it was like a salad dish, and it was amazing. I loved it. I really loved it when and that was
Chili or not?
no. This is one of the good things when you live in hostels with international people, you get to know so many types of food. Amazing. Actually, one of our friends used to do. He was the couch surfing ambassador in Jordan, and he used to do this event, the dish night event. So the dish night is everyone from their country, they bring a dish and they put it as a buffet, and everybody eats from everything. And that was one of the experiences that you would taste different things from different countries. In England, we had this kind of thing. Everybody they cook something from their country. So the Indians, the Mexicans, the Greeks, the Turks, everybody brings something. Of course, I didn't know how to cook, so I just cooked salads. So, experiences with food.
Always people talk about Turkish food. Yeah, I go to Turkey. I didn't like it.
Really?
really,
It's the same for me. I didn't like it.
Ah, okay.
No, they
Even
are famous
shawarma,
The
with
chicken,
this, you know.
the chicken is tasteless.
Yeah,
The
there's
chicken
no taste.
tastes like nothing.
No salt in that food.
Yeah, and
No salt is good.
and the meat is very greasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, actually, they are famous with the grilled, just barbecue.
The dolmas, actually. The dolmas, that like you mentioned, the pepper,
Yeah.
the stuffed pepper. They stuff the pepper, the tomatoes, and those are lovely, lovely. In Turkey.
I like the yogurt of them. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. But shawarma,
And the what do you call them? The pastries thing, lahmacun and these things.
these things of called it's with the bread.
Yes.
Yeah, everything is bread there. Okay, it's okay.
And there is one dish, and until today, whenever I go to any Turkish restaurant, this is the dish that I keep on missing. Iskandar kebab. It's not, but it's called Iskandar kebab, but it's not kebab. It's shawarma slices made on a bed of bread and yogurt.
I ate it. I loved it. Yeah. Normal yogurt, the white yogurt.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very good. Yeah. And it's not expensive.
No.
No, it's not expensive. It's very good.
Yeah.
I ate it at Medina restaurant. Al Medina
Ah,
restaurant.
okay. Yes, they do have it.
Yeah. I ordered by accident.
Ah, okay.
It seemed good.
Yeah,
But
this
it's
is
really good.
this
It's
is
the best food I ate there.
yeah.
I didn't like the food that much, but it was the best experience for
Iskandar
me.
kebab is one of the best dishes in the Turkish, and the dolmas, of course. The dolmas are beautiful. But there are things when we were in Cyprus. I was in the Turkish part of Cyprus. There was something that we called shiftali, okay, and it's like the intestines, the skin, and they stuff it with meat, okay. But it wasn't the
Thick one.
it was thick.
It was thick. Wow.
Okay, but it wasn't like the ones that we eat here. I don't know. This is how they explained it to
Maybe
me.
different animal.
I don't know. It was so tasty. It was amazing. Now, when I went to England, I found this Turkish restaurant, so I was really excited. I want shiftali.
What they called it?
Shiftali.
Shiftali.
So I went to this Turkish restaurant and I said, I want shiftali. And he said, what's that? I said, shiftali. He said, where is that from? And I said, well, I was in Cyprus. Cyprus, this is not Turkish.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. because the Cyprus is made of
Yeah.
the Turkish part and the Greek
The
part.
Greek part.
So there is something has been. So it seems to be that this is not a Turkish dish. It's something related to Cyprus and not to Turkey. And shiftali in Turkish, it's a fruit juice. Shiftali is a juice.
I have once eaten, I was in Germany, and that was winter. Then the guy took us to restaurants and they gave us some duck with potato.
Oh yes. Oh.
That was very delicious.
I ate duck in the Thai food.
Never liked
That was my dish in the Thai food. But duck is, it's amazing. I
And
love
that
it.
was my first time to eat that.
Yeah.
And then there is some kind of like paste or something they added.
Ah yes.
They added with the potato. It was very delicious.
It's a little bit hard, but it's very delicious. It's hard to cut, but it's really delicious. What is the strangest thing that you ate?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I will tell you.
Yes.
I was in Hawaii,
Mm.
and then I was hungry. I don't know what the guy was cooking. He was cooking at the end of maybe 2 o'clock. So people are asking, and I ask. Until now I did not know what I ate. That is what was that?
So you didn't know at the end, and still you don't know?
No.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it meat? Is it chicken? Is
It's
it
meat, but he mixing so many things. in it.
mixed meat?
I don't know. When you are hungry, like those guys.
Sometimes you eat the same food that we are accustomed to it, but in another method, but I didn't like it. So the Egyptian food is same our food, but it's in another method.
Yes.
So I didn't like the Egyptian food.
Yeah.
Really.
No, it's different than how we
It's
do it.
greasy.
Yes.
their cooking is very, very greasy, and they use a lot of cheese.
Yeah, when you eat hashi,
Right.
yeah, when you eat hashi, it's stuffed in another thing that we are
Ah.
shabat and
Okay.
onion and another thing that we are
Yeah.
They add
used to. So when you eat in their method, yeah, I feel
That's different.
Tastes
Yeah,
different.
it is different. Yeah. When I was very young, we went. When we were young back in the 80s, still the families, the big families, they go out for lunches and dinners and all that. So we went to this Lebanese restaurant in Jarash, and it's called the Lebanese restaurant.
yeah.
So the whole family is there, and my father goes, "Why don't you try this?" It was something very small, like a toothpick. Okay? And I said, "What's that?" Try it. So I tried it. Is it good? I said, "Yeah, it's fine. Try another one." I tried another one. So what's that? Did you guess?
Yeah.
What?
Bugs.
Bugs? No, no. Frog legs.
Legs.
And it was amazing. It was beautiful, actually.
But if you know it, you will have to
No,
taste it.
and this is why he said taste it. And it was lovely, actually. It was very nice. It was absolutely amazing. And that was the last. I didn't eat after that. I didn't have the chance to eat frog legs after that. But they're really tasty.
You remind me of a story of one of our colleagues. They were, debuted to the United States. And, we don't eat pork. Okay? So, all of them, they went there. One guy, he is a little bit, tired. He said, "No, I will not go. I will stay in the hotel." And the guy said, "Well, let's go and we'll do some shopping." Two guys went for shopping, enjoyed themselves. And they are coming back. He said, "Don't miss this food. It's the best food I ever had. It's beef. Look." And that guy, he said he had eaten before 2 hours. The guy asked, "What kind of this one?" He said, "It's a pork." So, but he tried to vomit. He said, "It's already in your blood. Okay? Enjoy it."
And he eat pork.
Yeah. So sometimes better not to ask. Sometimes eat and enjoy. That's it. Come on.
When we were children, they told us stories about Hatim al-Ta'i. Okay? And how he would, for example, slaughter a horse. And we never thought of the story really, that at the end they really ate a horse at the end. Okay? And the issue is that we don't have horse in our dishes. We don't have horse meat in our dishes.
It's not allowed.
They
In
used
the
to eat
Arab,
horses.
there is.
No, in our countries,
It's not
They
allowed.
used to eat horses in winter. Some countries.
Yes.
Yeah, for meat. Like
But
in Europe.
The interesting thing, if it is in history, why the horse meat is still not in
It's not allowed in Islam.
I will tell
No,
you
That
that.
happened. Yes. It's
No, no,
horse.
it's-
You called about horse?
It's
No.
No,
It's
horses-
allowed.
anything horse.
that-
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, it's not allowed in Islam. I'm
No,
sure.
it's
No, no,
something that comes with the nab. I don't know this kind of
It's
meat.
hafir.
Either
Yeah.
or this.
No, it's not allowed in Islam. I'm sure.
I'm not sure about
No,
that.
no,
I'm
it's
sure.
Me too.
not the horse
Because
that
I
you
think
use
it
for
needs-
work. The horses
It's
that
like-
you
it's-
use it
it's
as
like a goat.
for fighting. That is allowed to eat.
Everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
this
know
is
what
like
I
a
know what.
religion. I know
But
it's
I
not
guess
allowed in Islam.
I think in the history they did eat it. In history, I think I read it, but I'm not sure as well.
If you are hungry and there is no choice,
No. This is you can eat pork.
you
in
can
that
eat
way.
pork.
But that hatim is before Islam.
Yeah,
It's before.
But even before Islam, remember that Arabs are the pioneers. They are the people who invented the wines.
Yes.
But after Islam,
We are proud of this.
but after that, it's forbidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not everything before Islam.
But in Slovenia, I ate horse meat. They had this dish they called goulash, and it's with meat, and they do it with horse meat, and it was lovely. It was beautiful.
In Saudi Arabia, they eat camel meat.
Yes. And that I did
and that's
not.
allowed.
That I did not try.
When I was in Saudi Arabia at Khubar, and there is a restaurant that you have multiple kind of meats all grilled.
Okay.
So this is meat, this is beef, and this is camel, and ghazlan, many things.
Ah, yes. Deer.
Yeah, and at the same restaurant.
The meat that I did not try and I would love to try is deer meat.
Yeah,
Deer.
yeah,
I
it's
didn't try
very
deer.
delicious. Very delicious. I like it.
Did you try it?
No, I know here in Amman, somebody said it.
Really?
Yes.
Kabana, maybe. Kabana. There is a restaurant called.
Yeah, we tried. No, I don't think they do.
They don't have it.
I don't think so.
I forget where.
But I want a restaurant, not for me to cook it.
I don't think
I
it's
wouldn't know
legal.
what to do with it.
I don't think it's legal here for horse meat.
Horse meat?
Yeah. I don't,
You know, after you said it, I need to do a research about it.
I don't think it's legal.
I think even there is one kind of animals that is worse. What you call it? Dhib.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
hyena.
hyena.
People from some tribes of Arabia,
Yeah, eat
they
hyena.
used to eat it.
Really?
Yeah, Badu, some Badu, kind of Badu used to eat hyena.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually like it's like a wolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hyena. It's,
And they eat it?
They eat it.
Yeah, and the Badu.
And you see, it's actually it depends on the. For example, dhab. Okay, dhab. I don't know what you call this kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
But it's allowed. Baba is not allowed.
dhab. Nobody actually eat it. Not
In
everybody
Gulf area,
eating it.
in
If
Gulf
you give
area,
me
they eat
1,000, I will not eat it. Okay, but if you give it to my friends, they will be delighted to eat it. I'll
Yes.
give you
Depends on how hungry you are.
one. No, for hunger, you will eat
anything.
Okay, that's not.
Me no. I will not eat it.
I would like
You
to
never
try
tried
two
hunger
things.
before.
The deer meat and snake. I would love to
Yeah,
because
snake?
yes, they said snakes are really delicious.
Snake are eaten.
Yes.
Yeah, non-poisonous snake.
Go to Thailand. Thailand, they make a lot of this one. But this dhab and this dhab, okay, which are not actually for me, I will not eat actually, except if I'm hungry. Look at the Lebanese people. They are the softest people. They are
Very delicate.
delicate, yes.
Yeah.
But during the war, Sabra Shatila, they ate cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Yeah,
that's
that's,
because they are hungry, even mouse, they can
Yeah.
eat.
That's
can
an
eat
emergency situation. Yeah.
necessity. Okay.
Yeah,
When
emergency.
you are hungry,
Yeah, it's in English we say in extreme situations, extreme measures are required.
extreme. Yeah.
So, food experiences or the strangest food that you have that you tried, something that you would love to try and you didn't try.
Something I hated. At
What?
Ramadan, last Ramadan, I went to a buffet and there was something that looked like mushrooms in a special kind of sauce. And we asked and they told us it's lamb brain.
Brain.
Ah, okay. Yes.
So we avoided it, but like my friend, first me, like he picked a piece and said, I'll eat half and you'll eat half.
Okay.
And like I ate like the half and after it tastes bad, it tastes like
Really?
blood. And he didn't eat his half.
Ah, okay. Some food requires, we call it, there's a term for it. It's an acquired taste. You need time to get used to it.
Yeah.
So you would acquire the taste, and after some time, you would actually like it if you put some lemon on it,
Yeah, but
some parsley.
I'm not fond of.
Okay, you would
I
actually
don't
enjoy it.
agree with you.
Brain and lemon.
I think
Brains.
from the first place, if it's tasty, it will be.
Really?
it will-
Some people like bone
it will
marrow.
be tasty. Otherwise,
Like for
no.
example, caviar. Caviar is something that you would not like from the first time. After some time getting used to it, you would start liking it. But the first time, for me, my first time in caviar, I didn't like it at
It's
all.
fish eggs, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
fish eggs.
I'm not fond of like.
I love, for example, I love tongues a lot. I love tongues. Yes.
Yeah.
I
They sell it
actually I
separately.
go to places where, because not before in the 80s and 90s there were so many sandwich places that they would serve it in sandwiches.
Yeah.
They still
Now
do.
there
Still,
aren't.
No, they still do.
Very rare.
yeah. In
Not like it
Yeah.
used to be.
some areas. In
Yes.
Jordan, yeah.
And I still, until today, if I find a place that does the
Wahdat
tank
or
sandwiches,
something,
yes,
Yeah, all places.
it
Someone
would be
called
my first
Abu Musa?
choice.
Wahdat. Yeah.
So, strange dishes, food experiences, something that you did not taste and you would like to taste.
Caviar.
Caviar?
I never heard it.
Ah.
I'm afraid that I will get allergic to that.
Ah, okay.
Because I'm allergic to this, what you call, gambari,
Shrimps.
Yeah, shrimps.
Ah, okay.
And bee honey.
Really?
Ah, if you're
actually,
allergic.
it's not
allergic.
actually, I'm allergic to these things. Although I used to eat before, but somebody told me that I was getting some allergy to that. Then for honey, actually, it's not the honey I get the allergy. It's actually the pollen in that one.
Ah, okay.
The pollen which is taken by the ants from the flower. Okay. Some of them actually are giving me some allergy.
Ah, okay. Shrimps is one type that I cannot get enough of. I can never say I'm full by eating shrimps. I
It's
can
light
keep
one.
on going.
Yeah.
I can
Like
keep on
It's
going.
delicious. But actually, it has a lot of cholesterol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be careful. Be moderate.
Sushi is something as well. When I go to a sushi restaurant, I can eat 20, 25 pieces. I can eat more than that. I don't get enough of sushi.
The same feeling for me for the gidre.
Ah, really?
Gidre.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
rice with
It's from Hebron.
Huh?
From Hebron.
rice with chickpeas.
It's
زي المقلوب.
it's
مقلوبة.
No,
no,
it's different.
No,
No,
rice
Oh.
with chickpea with rice. You know pea.
chickpeas.
Chickpeas.
Okay.
Okay.
With rice.
Uh-huh.
and meat.
That's good.
Its origin is from Hebron. It's a Hebron dish. But it's very close. I mean, Yemeni food is made of. I mean, those ingredients are very close to Yemeni food as well.
Of course.
What is it called? The most famous one. Rice, meat.
Mandi.
No, not mandi.
مضبي. There is
Sir.
mandi, مضبي,
Kapsa.
كبسة.
No, not kapsa. Kapsa is
مندي
maybe
مضبي.
mandi. But there is a name that I cannot
yeah,
remember.
مندي مضبي و
Biryani.
لا not بريان. بريان ذاك باكستاني يعني. But they do it. They cook it in the restaurants. But there is something that they will put the meat inside some more.
Yes. Yes.
That's very
مدفون.
Yes.
مدفون.
لا مش
زرب.
No.
Zarb.
ها؟
We call it zar, but no, it's different. The whole thing, the whole rice and meat, it's in the earth. The whole thing.
Yeah. It's similar to mandi.
Yes.
But I think he puts even some leaves, some tree leaves.
Maybe. Yes.
And it gives you
But,
very good taste.
yeah.
But I don't remember. Now we are eating maglub.
I started eating manglube just about 2 years ago.
Wow. Why?
Because I never liked what do you call it? Aubergine.
الزهرة.
And
Yeah, I like it without the aubergines.
but it has the taste.
Okay.
I mean, even if you put it aside,
Yeah, I
the
put it
whole
aside.
rice thing
Yeah,
is filled with the
I
taste.
like the taste, but I don't
Okay.
like it.
So there is the aubergine. It's called eggplant as well.
Eggplant, yeah.
And the other one, what is it called in
A
English?
flour.
Cauliflower. Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Yeah, cauliflower.
Okay.
Yeah, Sahara.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So both of those I didn't like.
I don't like both of those. I like the eggplant, but without eggplant.
So, but,
Magluba is.
but 2 years ago, I was surprised. I was in a very embarrassing situation where friends are inviting,
Yeah.
and it turned out to be maglube, and I said, okay, okay, put me a dish. So I started eating, and it was actually lovely. I loved it, and I had a second dish as well, and that was a nice
It
surprise.
was
So,
cauliflower or
no aubergines.
It happened all the time. You used to hate some kind of food, and after some time, when you grow up, you start to love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
For me, it's eggplants. I used to hate it with everything. Now, when I'm grown up, I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
So I remember it's Hanif.
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 Honey.
Hanit something is in the
Hanit.
sun, right?
لا Hanif.
Hanif
Hanif,
بالذال.
Hanit.
Okay.
It's the one which is the
It's yeah. I know that the process, but I don't know the name,
Hanif, yes.
and that was really lovely.
As Yemeni, what you like in Jordan?
I like so many things here, especially the breakfast. When I come here, I bring the food and hummus
Ah.
and this fatte, and then falafel. All these things I brought today, by the way, and then I had it with my family, and then I will go out in the sun. Okay, take a break for maybe half an hour. I will stop near Dakhli to drink coffee, to have some cup of coffee. Meat. It's very nice. I walk. Then I like shisha here, which is not good also. But actually, everybody's doing shisha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Mansaf,
also the
magluba.
food also, there is magluba. There is also the mansaf I don't like because it's too much greasy.
Okay.
It's okay, it's delicious. And I like this, which we buy actually, this food actually is grilled food, it's what you call the barbecue. From this one, there are many good people actually who make this one, this
Kebab.
kebab, and also the
Pieces.
this
Kebab.
Shish tawwa.
Tikka.
shish tawuk and other thing. Yeah, that's really very delicious and fresh.
Yes.
And really, I was amazed because when we cook at home, the meat here is juicy like. Yeah,
Tender. It's very
yeah, tender.
tender.
It's good. You know, you can't chew it
Yeah.
compared to the one where I live.
Yeah, it's
Even
very
if you
hard.
cook it for 2 hours, it's very hard to to
Really?
Yeah.
to chew it. I don't know.
Because it depends on the age of the
No.
animal.
Even the smallest one. Okay, even 4 or 5 months is the same. But really, it's very difficult to chew it. Even if we cook it for maybe it depends on the food, maybe because they climb something, they
Muscles.
also
The
grow up
muscles,
some
yes.
muscles. Maybe. Here they are spoiled. Spoiled. But really very delicious. Very, very delicious.
Did you try مسخن?
I think I ate it, but I don't remember. It's
No, but it's different thing.
it depends.
Bread and onion and
I
chicken,
think I did.
sumac.
What's sumac in
Mab.
English?
Sumac.
Mac.
I know. What is it in English? I would. Those things are really hard to know.
Google it.
Because also this ajjanat here, this bakery here, is nice.
Yes.
For many people are taking this one. And juice is good here. We make good juice. Of course, shawarma. We eat a lot of
You need to know where to get it from. Shawarma. I mean, these days you really need to know where.
There is a place where I live, in Hussein. There is a Noor. I think everybody knows.
Yeah.
He makes a very good shawarma. And every time I try to criticize to find something not clean or something, it's actually they are Syrian people.
Okay.
Really,
Yeah.
these
It's always
people
very crowded
stick-
there.
These people stick to the quality.
Yes.
And this is actually what we are suffering from. So many people start opening a restaurant, and once he gets some, customers or something, his income
The
is
quality
higher,
goes
he
down.
loses.
Yes.
Yeah.
But those people really, since last year I'm watching, there are some people actually dedicated just for cleaning. Some people dedicated for this shawarma. Some people, and he will welcome you. Like really, from a quality, from the politeness,
Where is it in Jabal Hussein?
cleaning. It's near Bajal Iskan.
Okay, down. Okay. Okay.
not making propaganda for them, but really,
No, but it's nice to know. It's nice to know.
I really like it.
ايوه ايوه ايوه
You know, I try to find so many times. I'm trying
That's
to
what I'm
criticize or something like this.
But there's nothing to
I
find.
did not find it, which is really good. But
Okay.
I know it's not healthy because of the one which they are adding so much mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise? Oh,
Mayonnaise is actually.
okay.
They said it's garlic, but I don't believe that's garlic. I know that it's
With the chicken shawarma, yes, it's more mayo than anything.
mayo and little,
Normally, I take the meat, not the chicken. The meat shawarma, not the chicken shawarma,
I like the meat shawarma.
because and the tahina is
Or
better
good
than
from,
yeah, true. Okay, so
we're getting hungry.
it's time to go to dinner.
I tried. I saw weird tradition. Like I was invited to eat at a Korean restaurant with my Korean friend, and the restaurant we had meat, fried meat with spices. Their spices, and salad and white rice, and they have lettuce. So what they told us, use the lettuce leaf, put the rice and the meat, and make it in a roll like a sandwich and eat it.
Yes,
It was really delicious.
yes, it is. Yes.
Did you
Lovely
try
stuff.
it before?
Yes. Amazing.
What is the meat?
Fried
Lamb?
lamb.
Oh.
Yeah.
About juice, I try in India
Mm.
fresh juz hind
Okay, coconut.
coconut. It's very very great. When you walk, you can use it. You can drink maybe when 100 meter.
Every 100 meters,
everyone
there's
was-
one that chopping
Yes.
coconuts.
Very
found-
delicious.
I found one in China. So I thought, this is coconut. They were chopping. I want this thing. So I tried it and I said, "Eh."
It was what?
It wasn't coconut, something totally different. It wasn't nice. It was hot and it was bad taste and it wasn't coconut. I thought it was coconut.
It's a coconut. There is two different type of coconuts. One for like drink, you
Mm.
just drink from it, and the other one is the coconut we have. You can
Ah.
drink and eat the small
Yes.
one. But the one for drink is like orange, look like orange or
That was
different color.
That was a green
Bigger, yeah.
thingy.
Yeah, green or orange. Yeah.
No, but
This
they,
is only
they
for
told me
drinking, you
they
don't
told
eat.
me it
It's
wasn't
coconut.
coconut. It was something else. How was it? It was good.
No, it was good.
Okay.
Somebody have a cold coconut, and I test it. It's very good.
Lovely. That I am one of the things that I would like to try. Yes.
I'd like to do like this.
Just like in the movies. Like Tom Hanks, Castaway. Okay, so thank you very much for the session. We come to the end of it, and now we switch to Arabic.
Now we're getting hungry.
طيب برنامج المجموعة للفترة اللي جاي. يوم الخميس رح نكون هون برضو من الساعة 6:30 للساعة 7:30 بدائرة تدريب مهارات الحياة. يوم السبت رح نكون بنادي الكتاب بمكتبة الأزبكية بجبل عمان من الساعة 5:30 للساعة 7. رح نناقش كتاب غسان كنفاني وله عائد إلى حيفا. هذا الكتاب اللي رح نناقشه يوم السبت. يوم الأحد رح نكون مع اليوم الرياضي للمجموعة من الساعة 8 للساعة 10 بمدرسة كامبريدج بالرابية. بنلعب فولي بول، باسكت بول، كرة قدم وريشة. يوم الثلاثاء بنرجع لهون على دائرة المحادثة الإنجليزي. لقدام عم بنفكر، بس عشان تكون عندكم المعلومة، عم بنفكر تصير دوائر يوم الخميس. يعني يوم الخميس يكون في دائرتين، دائرة تدريب مهارات حياة، بعديها يا دائرة إنجليزي يا دائرة قانون يا دائرة حوارات موت. لأنه في الدوائر هاي موجودة. دائرة حوارات الموت تحدد الجلسة الجاية تبعتها ولا لسه؟
2/8
ب2/8 دائرة حوارات موت. لسه عم نقرر دائرة القانون امتى رح تبلش، قانون الأحوال الشخصية. وفي عندنا ب7/8 دائرة التوعية اللي هي عن العلاج الطبيعي اللي رح تكون، بس رح تكون فوق مش تحت، رح تكون بالقاعة اللي فوق. فهاي برامجنا كليتها، هاي برامجنا الفترة اللي جاي. احنا موجودين دائما الصفحة تبعتنا بسكشن الفعاليات، موجود كل الفعاليات تبعتنا. برضو موجودين على meetup.com، موجودين على eventbrite.com. وهذا هو.
بس كيف تخلوا الانجليزي يعني بيوم من الايام بالاسبوع؟ لانه الخميس مثلا الناس بتكون مشغوله بتطلع كذا.
والله يا
خلوها
شيماء
ثلاثة أو
عم
أحد.
بيجينا كتير انه رجعوها خميس، كنا نقدر نحضرها بطلنا نقدر نحضرها. وقبل لما حولناها هيك كان الحكي، حولناها انه قالوا لنا ليش حطيتوها خميس؟
الناس تطلع يعني
قلبوا لنا اياها ليوم ثاني، ليوم ثلاثة، بس لما قلبناها ليوم الثلاثة اللي قالوا لنا ما اجوش. وكان الاعداد كتير كتير كبيرة اللي تيجي يوم خميس، وهم يجوا اعداد كبيرة ويقولوا لنا انقلوها ليوم بالاسبوع.
السبت عندكم نادي كتاب اوريدي.
السبت نادي كتاب نقدر. فهي لسه هالتفكير على العموم يعني هلا لسه رح يضل على ما هو عليه. يمكن اذا بدنا نغير بنغير بشهر 8 مش بهذا الشهر. اوكي بس تابعونا عشان تضلكم عندكم على المواعيد. اوكي شكرا كثير لكم وبنشوفكم بالفعاليات ان شاء الله.
ان شاء الله.